Welcome back to Antarctica. This is our second day cruising the South Shetland Islands aboard the Norwegian Star. Yesterday we had glorious weather to explore the fjords and glaciers of Admiralty Bay, and we had plenty of amazing wildlife sightings. Unfortunately, today is getting off to a bit of a rough start. Good morning. Morning. So, it's breakfast in bed this morning. Bill's not feeling too well. He started with a cough. And then yesterday, he was out all day on deck in the cold, and he got a very blocked up nose. So last night he had a headache and a blocked nose, and he's woke up even more blocked up this morning. We know it's not COVID because we both had that like last month. So they say you can't get it again within 30 days. So hopefully it's not that. But when you're going around the ship and there's 2,000 people and you're touching things and handling the same utensils for food and things, it's probably easy to pick something up. So that's just a shame. Because we're approaching Elephant Island today, you can see on the bow cam there. Yeah, they said we will reach the Cape Lookout at 7:24. So just over half an hour from now we'll reach Cape Lookout. It's a bit wet, a bit wild and windier today than yesterday. Although we've got a clear view, we started off quite foggy yesterday. So we're now getting our first views from the balcony of Elephant Island. Glacier there. Oh, it's a windy one. Heading up to look at some ice. We're circled around so that we can avoid going through the ice. We're going to border around it. So up on deck 13. Very windy out here. Here's Elephant Island. Ooh. Apparently these would have been similar conditions to when Shackleton and his men landed here. It's actually quite a big island. It's apparently 40 kilometers long. It goes all the way over there, right to the horizon. Very cloudy right now. Put my wrist strap on. Big snowy headland right over there. Oh, it's so windy. Dr. Stockard said to look out for seals and sea lions, as they often like to rest on the ice between swimming. I don't think I'm going to stay out here very long. Maybe once we get in a bit closer, we come back, get a better view. They're announcing that there are whales on port side, and I've come down to get Phil, and he's gone. The sickie has arisen from his bed. So I think he's out searching for whales. So let's go find him. I think he's now saying they're on the right. Dereche. It's a nice spot from yesterday. So apparently there's whale spouts all around to the port, to the bow, and there's one over there.
Por el lado derecho, a más o menos 500 metros, 400 metros, ustedes pueden observar un grupo de ballenas a estribor, al lado derecho de nuestra nave.
Yep. There they are, spouting. That was a fin or a tail or something. Oh, one over there. There's a spout over there. Yep, another one. Oh, there's loads. There's spouting everywhere over there. I wonder how many there are. Oh, there's a fin over there. one over there. Wow, there's so many. Look! To the starboard side I have spotted the rare Phil making a brief appearance on deck. Let's see if we can get a closer look. He's hunting his prey. He's unaware of our presence. Straight ahead. Regaining him, let's approach very quietly. See if we can catch him. We have an obstacle in the way. It's okay. We'll get him. He's stopped. Maybe he won't hear us in this wind. Gotcha!
I've been up here for about an hour.
I wondered where you were.
I was down next to the bar, the windows that slide open.
Ah, okay.
Because it was warm, and anytime I caught whales,
you got
all the humpbacks.
Nice. I went back down to find you when I heard the announcement about the whales, and then I just stood on the balcony. Are you drinking whiskey?
Yeah. Can you hold it?
Good for you.
I'm gonna get some shots.
Okay. Apparently they're coming quite close to the ship now. Oh, there's one. Some spouts over there and here. Oh, there's one. Some over there. I wonder what they make of this massive vessel. What do they think when they see a great big boat like this? I guess they're just as curious about us as we are about them. So we're turning back round towards Elephant Island. We're going to go look at a glacier, which I think might be that one over there. I think it might be that one because she said it has a lot of significant, quite large icebergs in front of it. So it'll be our best chance to see icebergs and a good big glacier. I think this is the most times I've been up and down on the lift. So we can see the water is, there's a straight line, very clear line where the water is darker, and then over there it's much lighter blue, like a kind of turquoise. That's just from the water melting off of the glaciers. And we're getting pretty close up to those icebergs now. Some of them look like rocks actually, or they've got bits of rock in them at least.
Yeah, they were saying earlier that a lot of them have got rocks because when the ice splits off the glacier,
it takes
pulls the rock with it.
Yeah.
And because the ice is larger, it floats the rock further out. And then as the ice will melt, it will dump the rock in the water.
Yep.
It's amazing.
That's a very blue iceberg. I wonder how much closer in he's going to bring us. So this is the Endurance Glacier, and in front of it we've got a lot of icebergs. This one is the biggest, the furthest out one. We've got a bit of sun shining on the glacier, so it's looking quite spectacular. So I didn't realise, but they've opened up the bow of the ship on deck 8. So I just followed the signs and the cold and found my way here, which is normally crew only. But they've opened it up so that we can have another viewing point. It's very windy coming down here. We'll get a closer view. Yep, so only a few brave, intrepid travellers have ventured out to see Elephant Island. Most people are staying warm and cozy inside the ship. But if you really want to experience Antarctica, this is where to be.
Shackleton wrote, "The hours dragged on. One of the anxieties in my mind was the possibility that we would be driven by the current through the 80-mile gap between Clarence Island and Prince George Island into the open Atlantic. But Elephant Island was the nearest land, but it lay outside the main body of pack, and even if the wind had been fair, we would have hesitated at that particular time to face the high sea that was running in the open. At dawn on April 13, it became clear and bright, light, with occasional passing clouds. Obviously, we must make land quickly, and I decided to run for Elephant Island. The wind had shifted fair for that rocky isle, then about 100 miles away. Progress was slow, but gradually Elephant Island came nearer. We were making up the southeast side of the Elephant Island, the wind being between northwest and west. The boats held as close to the wind as possible, moved slowly, and when darkness set in, our goal was still some miles away. At daylight, we found ourselves close alongside the land, but the weather was so thick we could not see where to make a landing, very much like today. All this time we were coasting along beneath towering rocky cliffs and sheer glacier faces, which offered not the slightest possibility of landing anywhere. At 9:30 a.m. we spied a narrow rocky beach at the base of some very high crag, and we made for it. To our joy, we sighted the Jane Pair, Stank and Will, the other two boats, sailing into the same haven just ahead of us. We were so delighted that we gave 3 cheers on the deserted shore. They were laughing uproariously, picking up stones and letting handfuls of pebbles trickle between their fingers like misers gloating over hoarded gold. The smiles and laughter which caused cracked lips to bleed afresh, and the gleeful exclamations at the sight of 2 live seals on the beach made me think for a moment of that glittering hour of childhood when the door is open at last and the Christmas tree in all its wonders bursts upon the vision.
Well, that was Dr. Craig Cormack reading an excerpt from Shackleton's journals about when they first landed on this point. Sounds pretty dire, pretty grim. Since they escaped from their ship, which was crushed and sinking in the ice for 5 days at sea, and then they finally landed here and saw some seals on the beach, and were very excited to have seal meat, exhausted and starving. Can you imagine this being your refuge, your fortress, after days at sea? Oh, hello. Phil has made it out. Oh, there it is. So they said a fin whale had just been spotted on the starboard side, and that was it blowing just there. Oh, there it is again. Oh, we can see it. There's its back. Aww. Rough conditions for you today, buddy. Look, over here, that's Clarence Island. We're currently sailing, there he is again. We're sailing north. We're following the route that Shackleton and his men would have taken when they discovered that, there he is, Cape Valentine was not a suitable point to land at, so they headed north and then west and ended up at Point Wild, which is what I was mentioning earlier. So that is our next destination, is Point Wild. Got some birds. Oh, look! Wow! Wow, big group of them. Oh, there's so many. I'm not sure what they are. They have a very distinctive wing pattern of white and black tips. White kind of lines and dashes across their wings. I need to find out what they are. Big group of birds just flying out. They've got like black wings with white across it. Do you know what they are? Okay. And one different bird, it's like a brown one. It looks like a skua, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I've only seen a couple of skuas for reference. Wow, we just saw fin whales right at the front, right on the bow. There they are. But we are now looking over to Point Wild. They said where that, well, you can't really see now, you can see it more clearly. Before it was kind of a pyramid, a darker triangle sticking up, and then just behind it is a glacier. So just in there apparently is a little dark gravelly beach, which is Point Wild, where Shackleton and his men finally managed to land. So there's no natural inhabitants of the island and no vegetation, just seals and penguins that migratory seals and penguins that will stop here. So that's all they had to eat for 4.5 months. Yummy. So now that it's a bit quieter, I've never been around here before. I'm at the front, the bow of deck 7, covered in part of the promenade. They're about to say something loud again. Okay, so they're turning the ship round so that we can see it from the starboard too. So I might head back up to the room so that I can see it from the balcony. Yeah, we're definitely getting a real feel of the inhospitableness of Elephant Island, living up to its reputation. Now we can see it from our side of the ship. I went up there because Ben Osborne was telling people about bird watching, but as soon as I got there, Dr. Cormick started announcing that we were coming up to Point Wild, so I didn't really hear much about the birds, but I did find out that those ones I saw earlier, the big flock with the black wings and the kind of white long checkered line pattern on the back, are petrels. I think a certain type of petrels, but I didn't hear because his mic was a bit booming. Anyway, here we are at Point Wild. So you can see it clearer here. I was trying to show you on the deck up there, but we were at the wrong angle. So this pyramid of dark rock here marks the entrance to Point Wild, and behind it you can see a glacier. And so there's a small gravelly beach which the men spotted and were able to put ashore there. This was what they called home for 4.5 months while they waited for Shackleton to go off to South Georgia Islands and come back. I think he made 3 attempts to come back for them before he finally succeeded. So we just had an announcement from the captain. So we're leaving Elephant Island now. We're leaving Antarctica. Bye-bye. Bye, Antarctica. We are heading back over the Drake's Passage towards Falkland Islands. That's our next destination. We'll get there on Thursday morning. This is Tuesday afternoon. But unfortunately, the weather conditions have deteriorated. And he says we're currently experiencing gale winds, which will increase to storm winds and possibly very strong storm winds. He said this isn't a problem for the Norwegian Star. We can handle like 3 times of this weather. But the outside decks are now closed. And he said use the handrails when you can. So it looks like we're going to experience both Drake Lake and Drake Shake. So we get the full Antarctic experience. We had beautiful sunshine, crystal clear, calm waters yesterday. Today we've had stormy, foggy. We've seen how conditions would have been for Shackleton and his men. Bill's still not too good. He's sleeping. Well, he's lying down. I mean, to be honest, he picked a good day. If you're going to be sick, he picked the day for being sick. I mean, there's not a lot really to do. I guess there'll be a lot of people staying in their cabins. Probably a lot of people are going to be seasick. I might even take some seasick tablets myself in anticipation of being seasick. Well, this is going to be an interesting experience and a good test of whether I can cope. I can see a nice bird out there. Sorry. Exciting. Just a second. There we go. Look. Okay. Yeah, so this will be a good test of whether I still get seasick in very rough conditions. What I'm gonna do just now actually is just tidy up the room because it is in a little bit of a state at the moment, and if it's gonna get pretty rocky, things could move about. We've got quite a lot of things. Yeah, like Phil's tripod is out with the lens on it. We'll need to put that away. Got quite a lot of cups and plates lying around. The bed is like covered in stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things everywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna do a quick tidy up. So I tidied up the cabin. I had a bit of a nap with Phil for an hour or so, and then I didn't take the seasickness tablets because I had 2 types, and one says you take it 2 hours before traveling, it's like preventative, and the other said take it 30 minutes before traveling or at the onset of nausea. And I thought, well, I'm not nauseated yet, so might as well leave it. And I just thought I'd go out and see what things are like on the ship. It's eerily quiet. One person along there, but it's eerily quiet. Phil wants me to get him a honey and lemon. And randomly I feel like eating tea and biscuits. That's what I feel like. Very strange. So I'm gonna go see if I can find that somewhere. There's still signs of life out here. Quite a lot of people sitting, playing cards, listening to music. Yeah, a lot of non-seasick people, so that's good. Up at the garden cafe. There's a fair amount of people up here. Got my tea and biscuits. Oh, this is a very strange colour for tea. The tea, but oh, there we go. Now it's looking more like tea. That's good. I'm just gonna sit here and eat this, drink this tea, and then I'll get Phil his honey and lemon. Take it back down. Join us in our next vlog when we arrive safely in the Falkland Islands and spend time exploring the beautiful beaches and coastlines. See you there.